Welcome everyone to pre-market prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Joel, do you have your computer and your cables and your keyboard all situated? I know you knocked your keyboard down and your cables are flying everywhere, but are you okay now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, little Friday afternoon snafu here. I busted my tray table for my monitor or for my keyboard, and I keep trying to fix it, and then it just came out and knocked out my monitors. But people don't want to hear about that. They want to
What
hear
it,
they want to
yeah,
hear about the S&P 500 futures, and I'm going to pull them up right now.
yeah.
You tried pulling the old "I knock my monitor" trick down.
I knocked the middle monitor trick out, but I got it back just in the nick of time here, and I didn't even have to have Spencer come over and help me with it. Uh, Here we go. Let's go to the S&Ps here. Not much of a day. Couldn't get green. Couldn't take out that close. At there's little still some time left. Couldn't get to that pre-market high. They broke it down, didn't get to the pre-market low. It kind of just feels like some holiday trading here, folks. Really, since Monday's fireworks. I mean, I wonder if we're going to have another Monday vaccine announcement here. But just a quiet week, kind of ending near the lower portion. We had the big pop on Monday, holding on, but still well above support. Parallels down at the 35.45 area. Crude is relentless here. This is up 58 cents at 42.47. Another good week for crude. I was looking at this chart. I really thought it was just going to repel off this area, but hanging out. Maybe we'll get that breakout and move up to 45. Gold's having a good day. That's up 10.20 at 1871.70. Trying to build another base here. This is interesting. At the end of September, you put some lows in this area. Now you're putting some lows in here, but man, real bad day 2 weeks ago when the first vaccine trade came. But gold trying to find support again. Not ready to throw the towel in yet on the gold market. Silver, that's up 22.7 cents at 24.27 and a half. And Bitcoin trying to get a new handle, and that handle would be the 19,000 handle, up $640 at 18,735.
All right, Joel, your homework for the weekend is to talk to Lisa about potentially lightening up your Peloton position. And let's start with Peloton here. We are now, for the second time since last Monday, we have filled that gap again. That gap from Friday,
Still a big
Friday
gap in
before.
there.
Yeah, but we've come in. I mean, the low from that move, right? The Friday to last Monday when we got that first Pfizer BioNTech announcement, we're right there, right? We're right in the middle, are we not? Unless I'm misreading. I'm talking about like the low.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the low from like the end of October. So I mean, stay at home, as you point out to me, Joel. Stay at home is having a good day today. The stay at home trade, all these stocks, Peloton, Netflix, Roku, the video game stocks like EA, Activision, all having good days today. Not sure what that says about us heading into the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know either. Just but maybe look at it this way: strong stock ending up upward uptrend, pullback 140 to 100, and it's reloaded here. I mean, that's another way you can look at it. When I wanted to sell it before at the 120 area, she said she wanted to buy more. And then it went down 20 points. It's a long-term holding. I don't know if I'll ever sell it. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I really would be I will break out the investment committee if we if we fill this gap here, but just above 122 from earnings. That would be the real interesting area. And why not? Why can't it fill the gap? Also, from a retracement perspective, you had that all-time high. Oh, look at that. That gap comes in above that. But it looks under rebound and it's like it's torn on the stock. Like I want the stock to go up because I own it, but I know if it goes down, it's a good thing as far as the pandemic goes. But you got a bottom here, and I think you'll get your 50% retracement. We'll see if we can get a gap fill. Zoom a little bit higher, that's working its way back too. It clears 450 here. It looks like you got an air pocket just to fill the gap under 500. You can also do your retracement for this one. Spoos are ripping, by the way, here. Just another buy the dip opportunity. We are now 10 handles off that low at 56 even. And for Zoom, oh, that's nice. Look at that. To fill the gap at 479, that comes right back with the rebound. So look, these stocks, it's show me time. Show me that you're going to rebound.
So theme of the day, staying home, back in favor of tech getting washed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you saw Workday, Joel, and Intuit for that matter. Intuit's not really tech, but maybe it is a little bit. But Workday more so got washed today.
We talked about this one. About this one on the morning show. Had those 3 lows, right? Oh, look at the illustrations I did for my article there. I thought they were getting pretty good with that. 3 lows in the same area at the 218.50 area. Opened up, had a little $2 rally off the open, and then kaplooey. Took out that 218.50, 3 lows, trying to battle its way back. Looks like we're going to get a look at this low here at 210 in the issue. So, you know what's really interesting about this one too, Spencer, is I was doing my article. Guess what this move was right here?
I'm sorry, when is that? That was September?
Yeah, late August. You know what that move was?
No, I can't think.
Q2 earnings.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep.
All right.
Q2 earnings, hey, gap and go. It doesn't get any better than this. Then it held up there for 2 days, was down in 9 of 11 sessions. 11 sessions later, 195 comes back. This is a bumpy chart here, folks. I think I would just keep an eye on that low, that 195 low here. There was actually 3 lows in that area here. I think this one, I would be concerned about considerable more downside if you do take out these 3 lows at the 195 area. And then Intuit was looking same kind of thing, a little bit of exodus out of tech, but it's a weird day. It's just not a clear-cut day as you have on some occasions. There's just a wall building here at 360, and now that you just drop down to under 350, sellers are going to be coming down on this one. Don't like the way this thing looks on the long side.
And so, yeah, I do want to just briefly talk about the EV trade. And the only reason that I bring this up every day is because every day I look at, your biggest gainers, your biggest losers, and every day EV stocks are on that list. But there's no rhyme or reason. Like today, BLNK is your big winner. Why? I don't know. It just is. You look across the board and you see some stocks are up, like BLNK, 23%. Some stocks are up less than that. Solo was up much more than it is now, but Andrew Left came out negative on that, so it's off only 11% for the day. You go to the other names like Nikola, which is kind of flat for the day. Tesla is down. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason for why for these EV stocks moving the way they do. They don't really trade together. They just do their own. They all kind of do their own thing, which is why I think is interesting.
It's an algo battle, Spencer.
Yeah.
It's algos. I mean, they're just battling each other, and one just sends it higher, and then the other one flips into sell and sends it lower, lower, lower. I'm lost in these things. I mean, I'm not, besides my small position that I have long in Tesla. I mean, these things they got a mind of their own, and right now that mind is saying that these things are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And until you get a break in trend in these, Neo shrugged off earnings. It wasn't a bad report. They tried to hit it, they couldn't. I talked about until they could take out the Andrew Left low at 40.55. There's upside in that one, and I'm not gonna back off that. These are stocks are in strong trends, strong uptrends, and not sure what's gonna break them.
Damn, Barat. It says, Joel, you're my hero. Workday exactly worked out for me as per your technicals. Well, they're not all going to be that good,
Really?
but yeah. But good job.
You know
Thanks,
what?
Barat.
You know what Barat does? He listens and then he tells my conviction in things. You know, like
Yeah.
sometimes I look at something and I'm like, I don't know about that. But then when you see that at workday, I'm glad, Barat. I'm glad you caught that because that was just one of those no hesitation trades. I don't know if you played it with options or with actual, the actual stop. But sometimes, folks, and keep this in your back pocket. Stops are not only to protect losses or locked in gains. Some of my best trades have been initiating on a stop, especially in a falling market. Because in a falling market, you're like, oh, am I going to hit 218.40? Am I going to hit 218.30? Am I going to hit 218.20? No, no, no. You put your stop in there at 218.50. Maybe you get some slippage. Maybe you get done at 218.30 or 218 and a quarter. And that also tells you something. That tells you that there's lack of bids in there. So just to round out your trading game, think about this over the weekend, how not stops are not only protective, but use them to initiate positions, and you'll be surprised. Sometimes you get in something like that. I mean, obviously you'd have to market sell stop short or whatever the new the market structure is. But round out your game, folks. Use stops to initiate
Great point.
positions as well.
Great point. Want to remind you all that it's options expiration today, so there could be some fireworks here for the next few minutes. Let's go to stocks from our chat. All right, somebody mentioned Alibaba, for Christ's sake. We will go to Alibaba. Good day. I've been wondering when this guy's going to wake up here. It looks like I woke up today up almost 5%.
Yeah, I think with this one, maybe I was a little bit wrong. Maybe it was a little bit right. I saw a seller at 264, and I thought, hey, you get that seller at 264 out of there, and this was in the pre-market right here. This is that little seller you had there. This was in the regular section, but once you cleared, maybe that guy was just keeping it offered in order to buy it lower, which I can explain in another time. But yeah, once it cleared 264 off to the races, it really got punished, for that IPO, I think, which still may happen. For you bobsters out there, you traders here, you are now on the cusp of a rebound. And that came in there and that came in there. You still got some ways to get that 50% retracement, but working its way up. Alibaba moved to that pre-market high and just kept on going.
Sorry, I was on mute there. Sorry. We did Alibaba, for Christ's sake. Let's do Palantir for Satan's sake here. I have not looked at this chart today. I don't know what it's doing, but I didn't see any headlines. No headlines came across my radar today or on Benzinga Pro. So just a good old fashioned technical driven day for Palantir.
Little profit taking. You took out the high from yesterday, which was the all-time high, and then you just didn't get the follow through. Now you got an area of 18. That better hold up over the next couple of days. You can give some back at PLTR. As quickly as we went up and added 10 points, we are right back now on the lows of the intraday session. So jockeying for position here ahead of the close. I didn't see the imbalances there, but some nice volatility here heading into the close, heading into the weekend.
All right, Mitch is saying we should check out Corsair, CRSR. Let's do that, and then I have another one after that from that Mitch wanted to discuss that we wanted to discuss this morning, but we ran out of time with Josh. So let's do CRSR, and then I want to go to this other idea.
Put a top in, but you're not closing too far off that. The high for today, 40.89, took out the high by over $2 here, so or just under $2. See where the mark is on this one, folks. Wherever that close for today is going to represent the all-time closing high. So that will be the important number. I put more emphasis on that than I would that 40.89 high, but quite a move here. Keeps on going. How many up days in a row do we have in this thing? Holy mackerel. I don't know. I'd be a little tempted to take some profits. Maybe you put a little protective stop over the highest low that it's ever made and get taken out on a little bit of a downside action instead of trying to pick the top.
All right, Mitch, I don't know. Oh, you're here, Mitch. I wasn't sure if you're here. Okay.
Jump
Great.
back in here.
You were telling me this morning that you were interested in potentially nibbling around AMC.
Yeah, we were talking about AMC with I was actually mentioning it to Dennis, with all these kind of reopening plays, and even I myself have been looking at AMZ like it's going to go to zero, but this is definitely when stories can turn around. And we always talk about how story is everything, but I also like to remind people how story can change immediately. It can flip in a switch here. And so for AMC, what we're kind of looking at is maybe a potential short squeeze. With so many people probably betting on my side, like the short side, that AMC is going to go to zero, the short squeeze potential with all these reopening plays getting hot definitely can happen. So it's definitely a play that I'm going to keep a watch out. There's some kind of other catalysts that we need to keep an eye out. I know I mentioned to Spencer about this, but Disney, thinking about bringing in some more movies directly to Disney Plus, kind of skipping the movie theaters. So that's also the catalyst that could hurt it on the downside.
And as we've seen, these businesses that even if they are, on the path to zero, it can take years and years. I mean, how long did it take JCPenney to finally declare bankruptcy? It took them years. They were in a death spiral for years. So AMC, and until we get to that point, there could be short squeezes, as you mentioned, Mitch. We've seen it this year and it hurts. So it's not maybe not the worst idea ever, though.
I might take the other side of that trade.
Yeah.
mean, I'm not shorting AMC
Sure.
at $3.35 because you're risking your reward. There's also this, some of the stay-at-home stocks are up today.
Yep.
There just may be a little bit of too much expectation of when, the vaccines are going to be rolled out, how people are going to be distributed. I mean,
Right.
if there's any kind of hiccups here, I mean, we're not all going to get the vaccine tomorrow. So, though we're having a lot of good news regarding this, I think that the market perhaps is priced in a little bit too much on this. So, and I'm not doing that based on Zoom, and I'm not doing that based on Peloton, and I'm not doing that based on the tech. That's just kind of my market sentiment, that there's a lot of things that are baked into the market that may or may not happen. What the S&Ps are telling you here is they don't want you going home long over the weekend. We just lost altitude here.
We've been going back and forth for the last 15 minutes. We've been just going back and forth.
Yeah, they jammed it. They jammed it up, and then they flushed it down the toilet. So what you got to be aware of here this week, we're not closing on the low for the week, though. Who knows here? Well, we are closed, actually, right? It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it is 4 o'clock. Yep.
The high on Monday and the low on Friday, it was actually Thursday, set you up for a scenario where you take out Friday's low or Thursday's low, which is the low for the week. I don't know if we're going to do it here before we close. Then you're going to see some more downside in the S&Ps, and I don't see any support closer to 3,500. So either a nice setup here for a Turkey Day rally or Turkey Week rally, or we got some work to do down at 3,500.
All right, final tally, mostly red on the screen today. A couple of sectors in the green, but really not by much. Utilities led the way. S&Ps outperform. Actually, the S&Ps and the Qs had the exact same day today, it looks like. So you don't see that very often. Anyway, as you mentioned, Joel, short week next week. So we'll be with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll be here for half a
we'll be
day.
here. We'll be here Friday. So that is a wrap for us. Want to remind you all to hit that like button wherever it is on your screen. If it's up, down, or sideways, I'm not quite sure, but hit the like button. We appreciate that. We appreciate all these super chats, all the comments, all the participation. We love it. Thank you all. Hope you all have a good weekend. Please remember that all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. And Mitch, you have one more thing?
Yeah, of course, guys. Don't miss out a trading journey with our one and only Joel Elconin. You guys don't miss it, guys. It's coming out Sunday at 11 Eastern. Look at that smile. If you guys want to hear
you're making
more
me blush.
stories,
you're making me blush.
If you want to hear those good in the pit stories and get some insight, definitely check it out this weekend, guys. Look at that smile. You guys won't miss it. I know I'll see you guys there on Sunday.
Joel's going to tell us about, let's see. I'm sure you've got some good stories in the queue for us, Joel.
Yeah, we always got stories.
We always got stories.
And if I don't have any, I can make them up.
Even better. All right. That'll be a wrap for us, everyone. I'm going to be looking forward to that interview on Sunday at 11. That's it for us. Have a good weekend. Like I said, we will be back with you on Monday morning.
Okay, man. Good job. Let me